Coming up, WWE are still in hot water over some promos from Raw, Beth Phoenix could be returning to the main roster, and there's a Vince McMahon Netflix series in the works for next year. Plus, Ollie's going to be reviewing AEW Dynamite, so stick around, grab a cup of coffee, put your feet up, and hit that subscribe button so we can do this again sometime. It's been nice hanging out for these 30 seconds so far.
Support WrestleTalk!
If you cast your mind back to Monday, WWE got itself into a spot of bother after two promos on Raw used the real-life mass firings in order to generate some heat in pretend feuds. Edge, in a promo against The Miz, referenced the recent release of Miz's tag team partner John Morrison, essentially blaming The Miz's aspirations in reality TV for not helping look after John, and that leading to him being fired. Very silly. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan told Becky Lynch that her big fat paycheck was the reason that all of Liv's friends were gone, referencing the rest of the Riot Squad, Sarah Logan, who was let go in April last year, and Ruby Riot, who was released in June and is actually just doing fine, thank you very much. Following this segment, it was revealed that talent backstage, along with a healthy dose of fans, thought the promos were in bad taste. Because they were. And PW Insider noted that the line likely came from Vince McMahon and the creative team rather than from Liv herself. WWE seems to have cottoned onto a bit of the furore surrounding Liv's promo though, and removed the line from the YouTube highlight reel of the episode, even though it did feature in the initial upload. Thank you, YouTube Snip. Now, WWE have been doing this sort of thing a lot recently when their content tends to rub a significant portion of the fan base up the wrong way, like when NXT star Joe Gacy did his whole woke sheeple snowflake promo that was a load of bollocks. And WWE's releases just keep coming back to bite them on the butt, as Mattel has just announced the next in its WWE Elite 92 action figure series, and it includes 4 released stars: The Fiend, Ric Flair, Adam Cole, and Scarlett Bordeaux. All of these guys are getting new action figures in the set, and they've all been released from WWE between July this year and now. And I mean, when you've released over 80 performers in 1 year, this was bound to happen, but I thought they were distancing themselves from Ric Flair. Despite being shock released in November, Scarlett took it pretty well, saying 3 action figures in less than 2 years with no matches isn't too shabby. Maybe Mattel misheard the entrance song as Fall and Play. That's the best I got. It's 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. In other news, PW Insider are reporting that there is currently talk of Beth Phoenix becoming involved in the storyline between Edge and The Miz. Now, Miz and his real-life Maurice interrupted Edge on Raw, and her appearance reportedly won't be a one-off, so this is now screaming mixed tag to me. But there's no word on the actual plans for Beth Phoenix's involvement in the storyline, and nothing has surfaced thus far. Last bit of news is that Stephanie McMahon revealed that the multi-part documentary about her father, Vince McMahon, is set to air on Netflix in 2022. She told YouTube channel Adam's Apple, "The timing is still TBD. I am equal parts excited and really nervous. I don't know what it's going to say, but it's going to capture his life and his life story, which so richly deserves to be told." I mean, rich man was rich, crushed competition. It's a real underdog story. The series is being produced by WWE Studios and Bill Simmons and was announced way back in October 2020. It's gonna be like Tiger King, but if Joe Exotic fired the Tigers and wrestled the Tigers and made all of their lives miserable. So I mean, it's like Tiger King. Next up is Ollie's review of AEW Dynamite after this word from our sponsors.
Before we get on with the rest of the episode, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to this video's sponsor, Ridge, which you can get 10% off now using our link in the video description below. The Ridge have redefined the wallet, creating a minimalist card holder for up to 12 cards, plus room for all your money in a compact design which easily fits in your front pocket, unlike your current wallet, which is probably about as minimalist as a hipster burger. No one can get that in their mouth. Title of my sex tape. Ridge wallets are available in 30 different colors and styles, have RFID blocking technology to protect your cards from digital pickpockets, over 40,000 5-star reviews, and a 45-day trial period with lifetime warranty, meaning this could be the last wallet you ever have to buy. And wallets aren't all they do, as I've just picked up their awesome weatherproof commuter backpack which has so many compartments. So please support WrestleTalk and at least check out the Ridge wallet by using our link ridge.com/WrestleTalk below. And if you like what you see, use the code WrestleTalk for 10% off. Support WrestleTalk, support your wallet with the Ridge. Now it's time for my review of AEW Dynamite in about 5 minutes. Excalibur opened the show saying they're all thinking of their broadcast colleague JR right now, who's currently undergoing cancer treatment. Isn't it nice to work for a company that wishes you well when you're battling an illness, rather than making fun of you on air? The first match saw Bryan Danielson picking off another member of the Dark Order in their hometown, making Alan Angels tap in a knee bar while flexing those vegetarian biceps. They're actually stuffed with mushrooms. It was announced that Danielson will be taking on Hangman Page for the AEW Championship in just 2 weeks at Winter is Coming. Won't be the only thing that's coming if it's a good match. So Bryan said he'll continue his warm-up in Long Island next week, where he can beat the hometown boy there, John Silver. As Page wasn't allowed to touch Danielson, Silver chased off Bryan. This was yet another really solid installment of their feud, and I cannot wait for Silver versus Danielson in a meat versus veg match next week. We finally found out where Miro's been since Full Gear. He's been stuck in Janice's mind in the Good Place. CM Punk took on Lee Moriarty next, where, just like the QT Marshall match, Punk gave Moriarty far more than his position on the card would usually dictate. In fact, Moriarty took about 80% of the offense, before Punk won with a half-veteran, half-lucky GTS. This all plays into the larger story that every match Punk has is also a battle against his own ring rust. A neat kayfabe explanation for him wanting to help elevate younger talent. But up until MJF, it hasn't really been explicitly called out. So MJF joined commentary to remind us over and over again, PG Punk has lost it. His wrestling is sad. He should be winning matches like this in 5 seconds. I think he's been drinking. Do you know the CM actually stands for coke and meth? What is it with the meth insults, MJF? MJF continued in a promo afterwards, saying the only thing Punk is good at these days is trying to get into Britt Baker's bedroom. Hey, too far, man! Tony Schiavone is right there! And then he threatened to kill Punk's dog, prompting Wardlow to step between them. MJF didn't just talk about Punk though, he was also excited about becoming the 3-time winner of the Diamond Battle Royale in his New York hometown next week. If there was ever a time to lose it, Punk costing him the match would play perfectly into MJF's own insecurities of slipping out of the 4 pillars. The Danielson versus Page and MJF versus Punk feuds are the best things in the company right now. But after they both opened the show with a solid structure, the rest of this Dynamite felt weirdly paced. Britt Baker said her, Rebel, and Jamie Hayter are totally fine in their Riho feud. They're not totally fine. Hayter didn't even do the DMD thing. Adam Cole made his full entrance to the ring to then walk back up to the commentary desk for Orange Cassidy to come out, get in his face, and then get beaten up by Cole and the Young Bucks. So was there originally meant to be a match here? What was happening? Wardlow squashed AC Adams with 4 consecutive powerbombs. Shawn Spears then seemingly orgasmed, hitting Adams with a chair while Wardlow looked annoyed. Their character work is fantastic right now, I wish it got more time. It's Sting! Making his wrestling return to WCW's old home base of Atlanta, tagging with Darby Allin to take on Billy and Colton Gunn. It appears the whole Gun Club feud was just to build a fun Sting match for Atlanta, kind of like the 2.0 match back in August, with Sting playing the hit and getting the win over the previously undefeated Gun Club. Speaking of 2.0, they jumped Chris Jericho backstage after their Rampage interaction, which Taz, who had now joined commentary, said would take Chris off announcing this Friday, where he was then interrupted by Lio Rush. This did make sense. Lio came out to confront Team Taz for taking Dante Martin away from him, but the setup felt a bit confused, and it took a while for Lio to get the crowd into his promo. Rush said he's going to go down fighting, but Dante just smirked back. The ungrateful Gen Zedder. Chris Statlander took on Ruby Soho in the next TBS tournament match, which meant Taz got to sing Ruby's entrance music. They told the story of both wrestlers being equally matched, and on another day the result could have gone the other way, but it was Ruby who just eked out the victory with a quick pin. This was a decent match, but I felt like it was just getting really good following Statlander's kick-out moments before the finish. I hope they're saving the proper time for the semis, which will see Ruby take on Nyla Rose, who briefly attacked her in the post-match. And it's time for the main event. Flawless Mark Henry impression. It's time to step into the Cody Zone.
You've just crossed over into the Cody Zone.
In true Cody madness, everything was going relatively normally bizarre. It was an Atlanta street fight, so of course Cody was wearing his full Homelander wrestling gear, Arn Anderson fell off the stage, and T-Pain was in the crowd to hug Rhodes, because that'll get Cody cheered. Forced celebrity endorsements. But then my feed went to bars and tone for about 7 minutes, and I still have no idea what happened in that period because I needed to write this review. And the screen came back on, and Cody was bleeding everywhere. Jose the assistant is suddenly both topless and buff. Cody is holding a golden shovel in his latest Triple H reference, and Brandy Rhodes is setting a table on fire. It's like that scene from Community when Donald Glover goes downstairs to get the pizza and comes back in and everything's going crazy. It made for a spectacular finish as Cody gave Andrade a top rope reverse suplex through a flaming table, a bump that Cody's back took 100% of, for Rhodes to then pin Andrade while still on fire. Cody's back started to peel immediately after. You can say a lot of things about Cody, and I don't see the crowd not booing him in the future. It's too fun, but he always really delivers on his big matches. What did you think of Dynamite? Let me know in the comments. 73% of you went for, oh, Cody's back's on fire. And a poll on a poll match on the community tab. The opening 45 minutes with Hangman, Danielson, Punk and MJF built nicely, and the main event was typically balmy for a Cody match, but everything in between felt a bit house show light, which is mad to say for a bit that included a Sting match. AEW really is a victim of their own success, because by their own standards, this week's Dynamite is a 3 out of 5. In this WrestleTalk news, WWE stars upset with Raw's firing promos, and AEW star leaves, a crazy AEW conspiracy theory, and more.